Whew, I have had quite the busy life as of late, which included the reorganization of my little study room for my new job, but I finally found an opportunity to breathe and do something I enjoy, and that's listening to some bangers. But not just any normal bangers. We're talking the next main chapter battle themes for Goddess of Victory NIKKE. And if you already watched the last video that compiled all the tracks before these latest chapters, then you already know I'm not alone. Back again to bring the energy and enjoy the vibes is my good friend and music connoisseur, Challenger.
The Challenger!
Yo, bro, I am so happy to have you back for a video like this, and I imagine a lot of people are actually happy to see you again, considering the very positive reception we received on the last video, which even got the attention of the GOAT himself!
The man himself! Thank you so much for your support!
Yo, I could not believe that comment was left. When I woke up that morning, I almost woke everyone up. That shit was insane, dude.
And I got the news on my job. I was literally at my workplace.
That's when I texted you?
I just get a random text. I'm like, wait, what do you mean the actual Cosmograph? Like, stop playing with me, bro. There's no way.
Dude, that was so hype. I'm so happy for that. And honestly, like, had it not been for that comment, I would have probably given up content creation altogether, but here we are. Anywho, I say that's enough geeking out, so let's just get right into today's video, which, thank God, is much shorter than the previous one.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. You don't have to worry about a 5-6 hour video today.
Not this time. This vid is actually coming out a bit later than expected, not just because of life and work, but because I wanted to wait for the topic videos to come out for each track. That way I make sure Chal isn't spoiled for any story at all. Well, that and Battlefield 6's open beta absolutely threw a wrench into the works. So here we are, with 4 new bangers for chapters 39 and 40, which recently released and took us to some new heights. And let's not forget that while we take the time to appreciate these songs in their full glory, we also have to rank them, hence why this type of video is called React and Rank. So I've brought back our original tier list from the last vid, which will be released publicly at the same time as this vid. So go ahead and visit the link in the description if you want to tag along with us, or if you want to make your own list. I think that just about wraps up the necessary stuff. Challenger, my good man, if you would kindly start us off.
Alright, so everybody, just want to let you know, this tier list is going to be based off of what I deem them as actual battle themes. You can tell by the A, the S, and the SS ranks that there's a lot of there's a lot of them. That's just my personal opinion. Can't be your personal opinion, and that's perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
Alright, so we're gonna get this started. We have 4 new tracks. So excited to hear this because NIKKE just keeps getting better and better with their music, right? So I'm so hyped.
This is gonna be a fun time. Let's jump right in. Yes, sir, we are back. But lo and behold, we are still in what is now the new longest album in the game, From the Sky, From the Land, because for the first time ever, the art that shows on the topic vids lists this as the start of part 3 for this album. Keeping us going with this album is chapter 39, which, without giving too much away, has us in a place we never really expected to be and at a height no one could ever dream of. Yet at the same time, we find ourselves breaking a streak that has been the harbinger of certified quality. Both the bass track and the variant for chapter 39 were solely created by Cosmograph. Respects to our riff god Neon, but for now, we must believe in our one true GOAT so that he may guide us through this new soundscape. This is a guiding star. This sound right here, a lot more methodical with it, kind of building. Oh, hey!
Oh, mine is on the drums right now.
Hello.
So it's like
no, listen.
Going back and forth.
Oh, we are at a peak right now. We're in the mountains.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I like that riff.
It's something nasty in the back. I like it. These vocals are beautiful.
I like the reverb on them too.
It really makes it feel very airy in a way.
Yeah. You can hear the way that it echoes.
Like you're at a real high place. And we calm down a bit. Okay. Bit of a risk.
I like that percussion sound that's going on.
Yeah,
the whole track,
that's what's keeping it alive in a way. But for what? Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, here's the switch. Here's what's gonna get crazy.
Listen to him.
Yes.
There's no way that Ian's not on the track. Sure, credits to Cosmo, but no way.
BD, right?
Yo, massive risk take for that guitar solo. Yes, sir. Okay. All right.
Intro minus go crazy. Damn. I liked that.
That was divine.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That one. Okay, that felt real nice. I remember hearing it in game, but hearing it alone is a whole different experience.
So we're starting off with this. Okay.
That was a guiding star.
So, surprisingly, what caught my attention, the way that the percussion was so consistent with each other, because you have the going on, right? And then like you have these like really loud like snare crashes.
Yeah. Very grand.
And they're all rhythmic. They're all coming together and they're being guided by this incredible riff going on.
Yeah, I heard it in the back. Like that was meaty.
Then the solo, of course, stole the whole show at the end.
Like it for me, that the lead into that guitar solo for me felt like a gamble, because the way it just dropped from all that intensity down to this almost like airiness. Like you said, it kept it going with the percussion in the back, but that airiness and then to like build up to that guitar solo out of nowhere, like ooh, that saved it.
I also love the vocals too. Not doing too much with like words, but
very simple.
Just kind of just being like just letting it hang there.
Yeah, no,
and just let the instruments do its thing.
The thing is, like the vocals, albeit simple, they created that atmosphere, that airiness of like feeling like you're in a really high place, which is very appropriate for the chapters that it's in. But it's just like so I don't know, almost ethereal in that sense.
That was incredible. I gotta give that a high SS.
High SS, youth. Wow, we're building strong.
I'd say so. Yeah.
That's massive. Okay, he likes that. He likes that.
I'd say that was, yeah, from a personal standpoint, that has to be one of my favorite tracks. That track did a lot for me.
That was real nice. Yeah. Wow. Cool. Honestly, like, and that's the thing. The funny part, like, we know at this point, as per some comments on the last vid, that Cosmo does use some samples from Splice. So he gets some of these just samples of vocals and such. This sample, even though it's very simple, like
Cosmo used Splice too. I use Splice.
You use Splice? Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yo, Cosmo, dab me up for that, brother. My fellow Splice brethren. Let's go.
To be honest, I hadn't heard of Splice until that vid, so it was really nice to see like the origins of some of these like track vocals stemming from there. So it looks like a majority of the tracks that we've heard that have vocals stem from Splice samples.
So just for everyone back home who doesn't really know what Splice is basically it's where you can get a whole bunch of just sounds. You can get instruments, you can get vocals, you can get loops if you want. There's like, it's pretty much an entire database of just sounds, and a lot of high-tier producers use them too.
As we see.
Oh yeah, clearly, as we see, Cosmograph is making some expertise use of Splice, and I love it. I can't believe he uses Splice. That's crazy.
It really is a high-tier usage, because the lyrics, while they are very generic in their like actual nature, it combines so well with a specific element in the story, so it was brilliantly done. By the way, we're not sponsored for Splice, by the way.
Oh yeah. Just to throw that out there, we're not sponsored by Splice, but I do love you, Splice. Thank you for your hard work.
Thank you for Splice. Again, not gonna lie, that type of track was definitely a risk taker, but you already know this next variant right here is about to dial it up with the tempo and atmosphere. Here to bring the true vision of his own design is Cosmo's answer to himself. This is a guiding star factor. Back into it, same kind of deal. Though I hear a little more.
Wait.
Hey.
Oh. Wait.
Now I hear it. Hang on. We have a new protagonist. His name is Drum.
Right?
Hey.
I was just thinking that, yeah, it's completely different drums this time.
And they're a lot more active. This is more intense.
Starting to get into like drum and bass territory now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Thought I heard something extra. Maybe later. And again, bring that in.
In with that vocal, so good.
It almost sounds a little clearer. I don't know why. It's not as airy as
That might
before.
be the drums bringing it out.
Maybe. But they're still slowing it down again.
Oh, that's so good.
But this one, ooh, little more going on in the back. And again, build us up. Oh.
Yeah,
I do
there
hear
it is. That D&B. I love that.
And the cavalry comes in.
Hey! Oh!
A much
Is it a different riff from that? Oh!
much fuller sound.
And it sounds so good with the D&B drums.
It really
too.
does.
Oh,
It's more complete.
this is a banger.
Oh my god. I need my comb. Settle down. Settle down. Wow, it's so much more complete this time around. I love that. Wow. Okay, that's heat right there.
Oh man, I love D&B.
Yeah.
I love drum and bass is such a fun category to listen to.
It really is.
Created a whole new different feel to that track. Honestly, it's a lot more fast paced.
A lot more.
It's the thing about this track compared to the other track is, you know how in video games where you would have like a timer,
Yes.
and then like when the timer gets down to like you have 1 minute left to finish the
It
stage.
speeds
then
up.
Now you really gotta go.
Yeah,
that's,
we're running.
That's what that felt like to me.
It did. It's like whenever like in one of the old Pokemon games, like your HP is very low, then that music changes. You're like,
Yeah. I gotta put this. Well, okay, this is obviously over the other.
It's a step up.
But,
It's a step up.
but like not in the way that it's. I don't want to call it better, because with these two tracks, I don't want to compare them in a way where like it's one is better than the other because of drum and bass and all that. They're both doing different things, but I cater to the other one more because I'm a huge fan of these high-paced tracks.
Yes.
So adding the drum and bass in there, which is a category in its own right, that's like its core is based on just fast and just speed. I love drum and bass, so I gotta put it over there.
It's
definitely an SS track. Both of these are SS tracks for sure.
Easy. But like, I feel like the way to describe it, the way between these two tracks, like I said, they have different purposes. I feel like a guiding star is more to establish the atmosphere, and Factor is supposed to show the battle scenario in that atmosphere.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Because I feel we've seen that constant with Cosmo's remixes, quote unquote, of the previous track. They're always more fast paced. They're always a lot more battle based. I guess that would be appropriate to say.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that that's a thing he does too.
It's a recurring theme. It's a recurring theme for sure.
Interesting. Yeah.
Nah, but that's straight fire. I love, because it's one thing to listen to it in game, but when you actually hear like at full volume and no distraction with headphones, like it's so different, dude.
That's going in the playlist.
A guiding star, that's just heat. Hey, look at that, buddy. We're already halfway through the vid. What a relief from last time.
Oh, man. It's not like we just did 2 whole hours like last time. It's just, just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot better. But surely, you must know, there is no rest for the wicked. So we can't end off on an easy, simple track. That's just not the Cosmo way. Alright, did I forget to mention, Chapter 40's tracks are also both done by Cosmo?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I do be severely missing Guitar Man right now, but the compensation this time, whew, the title for this track is a cheeky reference that most players will not understand unless they're deep into the campaign. Even though you're not at that point, most players will agree this track is ironically peak. This is Abyss of the World. Ooh, a lot slower, more eerie.
You hear the riff going on in the back too? I like that. It's creeping up.
That pan flute
Oh, wait, yeah.
got me feeling like a snake.
Oh my god! And it's going from left channel to right channel.
These
That
strings!
panning is so good.
What is this tribal setting? Yo, motherfucker, I'm in Tibet. Hello? Yo, we're actually on a mountaintop.
What is happening?
Bro, I'm about to be sacrificed, I swear.
Take my soul, Cosmo. Take it.
And I can still hear these strings beautifully. What is that?
The progression of this is so good.
Ooh, you heard that as well. What were those beautiful...
Yeah, that little roll there.
Okay. But nice, and it's slow, heavy, and it just sets it right. Okay, interesting choice. Wow, that that's very different from a guiding star, but still a banger.
Like, that was amazing.
That was incredible. That felt so different. We went from like a relatively medium to fast pace, and then we just went into something completely different.
First thing that I want to say about this, what it's doing for me right now, and not even in a battle theme standpoint, but I'm kind of a fan of just orchestrated kind of like music. Primary example would be, of course, Soul Calibur, video games like that, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I love that kind of music so much, like my main love for those kind of tracks is the progression that they have.
Yes.
The progression that they have with those tracks is just it's so moving. It's spiritually lifting.
That's what it
right?
is. It's spiritual in a sense. It felt like the way that they were progressing, it's almost as if you were doing like some kind of ascension ceremony. Like they were building up to something big.
Yeah, and that's what I felt with this track. The progression that this track had, it was kind of just lifting up my soul. I was like, where are we going? It's like I'm floating right now, Cosmo. I'm floating, man. What are you doing?
What is straight diabolical is the fact that the title is called Abyss of the World, and yet it feels like you're being lifted to the heavens. It's really nice because if you break it down further, bit by bit, you have at the very start this kind of almost eerie, murky tone, and then comes in that pan flute, which it has like that little tribal sense. It reminds me of like how snake enchanters always have to just like do their little thing to make the snake dance, and then you bring in that almost, I'm not sure exactly what instrument it is. If someone knows, please do help me. That almost Middle Eastern kind of instrument. The string is just whoever played that.
I used to know, but because I did a very long study on instruments, so I know a lot about instruments from that. But I used to know what this one is called, but I just can't think of the name right now. But I definitely know what you're talking about. It's this weirdly shaped kind of like, not like really like a harp, but it's kind of like a guitar, but it's just like an oddly shaped.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of if you do you remember What Goes Around Comes Around by Justin Timberlake?
Yes.
Yes. It's whatever the instrument I'm trying to look that up right now.
I forgot all about that, dude.
So apparently, so in that song at least, it was called a baglama. So I think it might be it. That might be the same instrument. I could be wrong, but
I think badlama. It sounds like that could be it.
Yeah, either baglama or saz, because it does look very odd. Yeah, but I could see how it would be. It's so, I don't know. It feels. when you combine the flute, because there's a thing, that kind of pan flute, you would hear almost like...
get into that too.
I was going to say, the flute, I say pan flute, but you can hear that, I want to say, really in any high point, like especially like stuff like Peru, for example, like in the Andes, stuff like that. You combine these kind of different instruments, it just has a very holistic tribal kind of sound. And then the vocals, it completes that tribalistic sound. It's just, how do you do that?
The vocals in this track, again, acting as that sort of guide for the instruments. Not necessarily trying to talk too much over it, not having any vocals or lyrics, just staying there in the track, making sure that all the instruments are on point.
And really, that's the interesting part, because most of the time when we've seen vocals in these tracks, they just serve as just like actual, like, they have lyrics, they accompany the instruments, but in this case, the vocals are used as an instrument in and of themselves.
Yes, that's essentially what it is.
It's incredible, because there is this sense that there is a human element, and yet at the same time, it's not the human element that we're accustomed to. It's something beyond. It's something above human, let's say.
Right, and that's what I love about Cosmograph with these kind of tracks. Cosmo, he looks at a voice as an instrument, and it's true. Our voices are instruments.
They really are.
Not a lot of people understand that.
And it's such a brilliant use, honestly. Like that's a banger right there. That's spectacular. It's such a fun. It's a really fun track. Even if the tempo is not like what we're accustomed to, it's still such a very fun track.
I got a big smile on my face. He really popped off on that track. I like that. Oh wait, but I forgot we have to rank it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was going too off on it. Okay. Honestly. All right, so here's the thing. I want to rank this because the way that I'm trying to rank most of these tracks is I want to rank them based on the criteria
of a battle track.
Of a battle theme.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was just like, personally, even though it's a banger, this feels, just because of that tempo, I would say S.
I was thinking S too.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's just, because it's still spectacular. It is.
It's amazing.
But the tempo for a battle track, you gotta speed things up a little bit.
If this was a different criteria, I'd definitely put it in SS. But because I want to focus on just the battle theme aspect of this tier list, I'm gonna put it in S, just because it doesn't have the qualities of a battle theme.
Exactly.
It's more so like, it's a different kind of thing.
Exactly. It really was supposed to be more of an atmosphere track or something building up to the moment. That's what I would say.
Yes, definitely.
Because you see, we had that with A Guiding Star, but A Guiding Star had the tempo to qualify.
Oh, yeah, 100%, actually. Yeah, now that you mention it.
It really was the same deal, except this one was just, it took it a bit slower, and so that's why it is where it is.
Yeah, a little bit slower, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
It's not bad.
We're looking for that pressure, that pace, you know. It doesn't have to necessarily be fast, but
yeah,
we're looking for that pressure, that hard, like you're literally in a battlefield. Enemy robots are coming at you. You gotta, you know? That's what we're looking for.
Honestly, at this point, enemy robots, I feel, are the least of our concerns, but oh well.
Oh, yeah. At this point in this game, yeah, no. Yeah, you're right.
Though, yeah, like, like I said, the way this track in particular stood out is more like building up to a duel, maybe. Like, maybe a final battle, maybe.
Yes. It's like the two final combatants are just walking towards each other with this track in the background.
And it's just like, you're probably fighting, like, somewhere in the sky. I don't know. Maybe there's some, like, Ashura's Wrath kind of shit.
yeah, for real. In, like, the stars of space or something. You're gonna punch the moon in half.
Yeah.
Watch it explode.
Oh, no, that'd be gas. We are now on to our final track for now. And I must admit, while the past 3 tracks have had their own form of, like, risk-taking and gambles, the variant for Chapter 40's main track is just... Listen to me, buddy. In this life, we are often witness to some of the greatest cases of irony. I mean, we just saw that in the previous track, which was absolutely peak. But the best of humanity has always shown itself when it strives to exceed past the summit. Rocketing past troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere, and you will know why he earns the name of Cosmograph. What I wholeheartedly believe to be a true return to form, a radiant example of NIKKE's unique sound blending and what it means to go even further beyond. This is Abyss of the World Choice. Immediately picking up the intensity. That's what we needed.
Ace, I already like this track.
Even the flute goes faster.
Ooh. The chopping on the flute this time now.
Shrink, please.
Ooh, it just hangs in the back this time.
My body has not stopped
Takes a
moving
little
since it
bit.
started.
Oh my god.
But now,
Wait.
the NIKKE touch that it needs. Get that.
Oh my god.
This blend of modern and tribal, this shit goes beyond.
Yeah.
And I can still hear everything.
The mixing is so good, man.
It's perfect. And slowing it down. But for what? Hang on.
Still those drums, dude.
Oh. Yes, sir!
Here we go.
Listen to that. God damn. How do you mix everything so well? Ooh. That is peak NIKKE.
Brother.
Okay, what did we just experience?
Brother, I'm damn near speechless, dude.
How do you come up with that kind of blending where you take something, you make it more intense, and you also bring in kind of this modern element to something that was completely tribalistic, away from modern civilization, and you just, I don't know, to me, that's a NIKKE sound right there.
Dude, I'm absolutely blown away. Let's put this in SS.
Yeah, yeah, that's easy.
We're just gonna go ahead and put that in SS.
God damn.
That earned one of my favorite tracks from the game. Battle tracks.
Cause right, what we just said a moment ago, that Abyss of the World, the normal bass track, set the tone, and this right here is more like a one-on-one duel, like the actual, like the result of that track.
This track is where that duel hits its climax.
Yes, for sure.
The absolute pinnacle moment of the who's going to win the fight.
Yes.
That's what the track is.
No, this is during that clutch moment, and when that guitar hit, like, where did that come from?
Okay, so to kind of break into this a little bit, first off, that flute, before the flute was more stable, right?
Yeah, it was a different tempo, if I want to. I feel like it was a faster tempo this time.
Yeah, it's more stable flowing flute. It's going from left to right. In this track, because it's switched to in a D&B kind of space, the flute has this sort of chopping going on, because from left to right, it changes so much with this track, right?
It really does.
Because we're not just listening to atmosphere anymore. That's the point of these tracks. We're not in the atmosphere anymore. We are in the fight.
Yeah, no, this is
the battle.
This is the heat of battle right here. We're actually, if anything, we took that atmosphere, created our own with the heat of the battle. That's what it's showing.
Yeah, and the chopping of that flute is aiding the rhythmic pattern that the D&B is going in. And that helps so much with the pacing of this track, right?
It really does.
So that was huge for me.
Immense.
Once again, in classic Cosmo fashion, all of these second tracks in these like albums and stuff,
he's done it.
Has that same pick up the pace kind of feel.
It does. When they brought in the other vocals on top of the tribalistic vocals, you had this clash of modern and almost spiritual in a sense. The clash between, like, I would say almost history and future in that sense. I think that's the reason why I feel like this is such a very NIKKE track. You have kind of like this almost blend between the ancient and the sci-fi. That's how I would put it. Once those vocals came in, it was just something spectacular.
Yeah, that's honestly a perfect way to see these tracks, honestly. Just that absolute godsend of a blend just that mix.
The mix. I was
It
gonna
brings it out
say
so well.
how, and we talked about this before. How difficult is it to mix everything at once and you could still hear every little bit? There was nothing overlapping. I could still hear every vocal and also the instruments in the back. Like, that was masterful.
Yeah, the mixing in this was good too. The way that the strings kind of hanged kind of low in the background, not essentially up front like it was before, just kind of there with its reverb, just like you can hear it. And what I love about it actually is that when the vocals came in, there's this one vocal track that mixed with that same string section.
Yeah.
Right? I was kind of hearing both of them at the same time. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. The way that blended in.
Yeah, with the faster vocals.
It's so good, dude. And then, of course, come on, man. I mean, the solo, come on.
That
dude.
the guitar out of nowhere, that really it brought that needed the needed guitar element into a NIKKE track. For a NIKKE battle track, you need that.
Yeah, just enhance the progression, the chord progression of this, honestly. It's such a very nice blend that I don't get to hear enough. And not really because games don't make this kind of music anymore. It's just like I don't really go out of my way to listen to these kind of tracks.
Right.
But when I do it, it's amazing.
It's
and NIKKE
incredible.
does it spot on, perfect.
Yeah, and none of us were really expecting this kind of track either, because up until now, we haven't heard any track. Because trust me, we went through every single battle track, and we never heard anything like this.
Man, when I first looked at this tier list, I'm sitting here thinking like, man, what is this game really gonna sound like?
Yeah.
Because at first I was thinking, okay, I might get some good like techno, just like strictly just techno beats, right? But NIKKE really blew me out of the water with just these different genres and elements that they're throwing into these tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm getting techno, orchestra, trap, like all these other genres.
They delve
like,
into a
I'm
little
getting
bit of
dance,
everything.
Just EDM here and there. I'm like, brother. One of my favorite things about music is how good two different genres can be mixed together. That's what I love about it. I'm just looking at these different albums. I'm like, man, this is such a ride that I'm all here for.
It really is. And what I feel like, now that you mentioned like all the different albums and all the different genres, instruments that we heard throughout all these tracks, I'm starting to clue in as to really just how masterful that last track was, because whenever we have had, for example, without delving too much into some chapters, we have had scenarios where there's a lot more rapture presence in those specific tracks. We've had stuff that is a lot more along the lines of techno, EDM, and stuff that's more electronically based. However, when there is something with a little more human element, or even something that is something unknown, we've had more of some like more rock or more just like even tribalistic elements that we've seen. And that's what we get in this track. In the scenario that we're in, it's a lot more towards the latter. So it's very interesting to see that blend and see like how one side is more overwhelming than the other.
Right. Man, yeah, honestly, that was amazing. That was a treat.
Absolutely incredible tracks all around. And now we have a new, beautiful, updated tier list. How are you feeling about this one, Chal?
Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good. I think this tier list is pretty solid. I won't necessarily change too much about it.
Yeah, no, there's really not much to change. What I do notice is that fucking From the Sky, From the Land and Succession both have had the streak going where the variant has always ended up in SS. That's so crazy.
And like the reason for it is just that NIKKE just keeps getting better with their quality.
It really, you can tell, like as time goes on, they're getting more consistent with it, and we're getting some stuff that's just, it's divine, really. In terms of battle tracks, this shit busting.
The only thing, all right, so the one thing that I do want to point out, that I'm kind of laughing at is I'm laughing at B tier.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Ground Zero is still there.
I'm so sorry. Like, I forgot what I said about that track because it's been a while.
I think it's because it really didn't do much for you. I think it's maybe it was the tempo. I don't know.
I think so. I think I might have been a little too harsh. I might have graded that just based on like a personal level and not much of a like battle theme level. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna have to see what I said about that one again. But that's just one funny thing that I look at when
every time. It gives it a little bit more color.
I mean, like, not everything can be SS and S and A. I mean, some of these tracks have to be, kind of a little bit lower, and that's fine.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, you know?
Honestly, I prefer that than to not have the variety that NIKKE has, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, one more thing, by the way, because I didn't forget when you switched what was it? Counterattack. I will say I did give that track another listen.
Oh, you did.
I understand it.
Yeah.
I'll put it in S.
Okay, yeah. So it's a valid S. We got confirmation. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. I just gotta listen to that again because I'm like, let's just give one more try. Because the thing about making these tier lists is that
it's just about one listen, yeah.
Yeah, like we don't get like the loop or anything like that. So sometimes I might just need, just one more listen, just to make absolutely sure. Even though I'm absolutely sure most of the time, right?
Yeah.
But for tracks like that, it's just, just one more listen,
Yeah, just one more bite. It can't hurt.
Yeah, so counterattack S, definitely agree with that. 100%.
And with that, we thankfully bring this latest video to a close. Again, big thanks to Challenger for coming to hang out with us for another vibe of a vid. And speaking of which, my boy, it seems that we've had a lot of requests specifically for a video on boss themes. What are your honest thoughts on that?
From listening to just strictly battle themes on NIKKE so far, at least in this format, boss themes is going to be completely different. And I am excited because there are some really banger boss themes that I love in video game music. I'm sure that the boss themes are gonna be just absolutely amazing. Judging from what they're doing right now with battle themes, I'm like, man, imagine the boss themes, right?
Yup, exactly. It's a whole different league, trust me. So when we get to that, we'll have some fun. And don't worry, we're not gonna do all of them at once. We're gonna split them up. So we'll have fun with that.
Oh man, so like we don't get the 10-hour video on just making boss, dude.
If I have to edit another video like that again, I'ma kill you.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I'm down.
Thank you again for watching this vid. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and all the rest that's to come whenever it does come. Hey guys, thank you again so much for watching the vid. I really hope you did enjoy it. This is actually the end for most people, but this little statement at the end is just going to be for my normal viewers, the ones who actually consistently watch my vids and actually enjoy them. So just wanted to make a quick statement regarding the future of my vids. So as you can tell, it takes me way too fucking long to get these things done, even for a simple vid like this. Because ever since I started this new full-time job, which I am actually enjoying, it is really, really nice, that means my same place for work is the same place for my enjoyment. You can tell that gets really fucking draining after a while. Because there's this mix between associating my little desk here, my little desk area, with both work and play. Getting that mixed is just like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's that sense that there's really nowhere else, and I absolutely hate that. I have a feeling that I want to actually, as surprising as it may be, I actually want to get out of here. And so with the little free time that I now have, I want to actually do more stuff with my life and actually, get out of the room and do more things. But one thing that does get in the way, content creation. Because at this point, it definitely feels kind of like a chore or like a second job, if anything, and I'd rather not do that because I already have very, very limited free time and I want to do, like I said, other stuff, either play different games or catch up with my backlog or even just go out and do other stuff like a normal person would. And I'll be blunt about it. I mean, with the numbers that the vids are making, I mean, it's like I said, this is just a hobby, but even then, if the vids aren't making enough views, I'm just like, why? But I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm not fully quitting. Even though I will admit there have been so many times where I've wanted to, I still want to give something to the people that actually enjoy my vids. So I'm gonna keep doing this, but in a little different way. Putting it simply, I'm just gonna see how this vid does, and depending on if it does as well as I expect or not as well as I expect, I will decide whether or not I will do certain vids or if I'll just, it's different routes. Route one being, if this vid does well enough, I'm just gonna keep doing these types of vids that you enjoy and just, make people happy, make them enjoy the kind of vids that I do. But route two would be, if this vid doesn't do as well as I expect, then what I'm gonna do instead, I'm gonna put this series on hold and I'm just going to focus solely on just pushing out the super old vids that I've kept on my hard drives for now 2 years. because I want to get that shit out of the way. It's been weighing on me, to be honest, and it's also been weighing on my hard drive space, so that's another big reason. But either way, whichever route I take, for right now, I'm gonna hold off on doing other vids and just storing them for later. That's why I hadn't uploaded Absolute and why I haven't uploaded Coins and Rush. Those will sadly come out way later, if anything, but the only exception to these kind of these routes, I guess, would be obviously Third Annie, but that will come whenever it comes. Sorry for Resident Evil. I'm excited, but not that excited. So yeah, we'll see how this vid does, and if well enough, that'll decide how I go about vids, but I'm still gonna make whatever vids do the best, and we'll go from there. But for now, it's just, I'm gonna try and take it slow so that I can actually enjoy my life while I can. But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick to all my normal viewers so that they're not in the dark and just waiting on other stuff. Trust me, do not wait on me. Please, there's so many other fantastic content creators out there that I'm actually just gonna put right there, just make it easy. There's so many enjoyable NIKKE content creators that I honestly watch all the time, and that's probably a reason why my videos are so delayed in the first place. But either way, whenever you're bored, please visit them. They're fantastic. I recommend them personally, and it's just, it's something that I really do recommend. Don't wait on me, enjoy. And that's why I'll do the same and try to enjoy my life while I can. But at the same time, I'll try and give something back to you. And honestly, if you want to, besides this series, you can also put your own suggestions as to what you want to see in the comments. And if people voted up enough and they want to see it too, I might do something along those lines, maybe. But for now, I'm just gonna relax while I can, and I'm gonna see what we can do about this whole thing. For now, I'll see you guys later. Thank you again